Okay, I know we've talked about this a little bit already, but question number 4 is, how long or short should my blog be? Peggy?
I think it's a style choice, but again, this goes back to your goals. There's a very well-known blogger and author named Seth Godin, Godin is how you spell his last name, and he's very well known for his short daily posts. They're very, very short. I think the shortest I ever read was less than 50 words, in fact. But he really doesn't waste any of those words. They are very direct, very to the point. He's highly readable. And he's very clever. So that is his objective, and he's meeting it very well, by the way. So, like, my own objective is quite different. I tend to be longer with my posts, and I leave them up there for longer periods of time. That is a style choice simply because the kind of instructional content that I write can't be done in 200 words or less. So that's really what people want from my blog because it solves a problem for them, and that's about knowing what people want.
Yeah, my blog also is for writing satisfaction. I already said if you're not excited about it, other people can't get excited about it. So mine tend to be a little longer too, and I'm really writing to feed my soul too, which I think is important. And then I have another blog that's for the informational blog that tend to be a little shorter, and I have audiences for both. Again, it is know your audience and that magic C word, consistency. Remember Julia rather, the consistency was key to the success of that blog.
Definitely.
Now, Peggy, isn't the trend of people reading on their smartphones also making shorter blog posts more desirable these days?
That is the case for sure. People are reading on mobile devices, tablets, mini tablets, other types of readers, and so on. But just because someone is reading on their phone does not actually mean the post needs to be shorter. People are reading your blog post, chances are, through readers, things like Google Reader and other software, not necessarily by going to your actual web domain. So they may have something that's stripping out all the formatting and making it easier to read anyway. So again, know your audience. I think that one of the reasons my longer posts tend to do well and attract a lot of traffic is because I do tend to often list a set of instructions, and that's about knowing what people want. So while it's true that the general attention span of the online reader is shorter, and that writing for online content is better when it's shorter, in fact, they teach you that in university when you go to study this sort of thing, that is just a rule of thumb. So it should never override the goals you set for your blog and your posts.
Well, yeah, you mentioned university, and it's a really classic. Remember that the rule for great writing is always going to be less is more, and that means editing for quality. As simple as
Definitely.
that.
Yeah, it is as simple as that.